Kia ora koutou, Reese from QuickSense here, and today we are looking at expanding brackets. Now this quadratic in front of us has two brackets, and normally what we would do with brackets is we would multiply everything inside the bracket by everything outside. It's not obvious what that looks like for this though. So there are two methods for resolving this situation. The first method you might be familiar with is the acronym FOIL. And FOIL is first, outside, inside, last. It's a little bit of a weird acronym, but it does stick in your head. So what does that mean? Well, that means that the 2q is on the outside, so we multiply everything in this bracket by that first. So 2q times 3q is 6q squared. 2q plus, or times 2 is 4 lots of q. And then after that, we go on the inside with the 4 like this. So 4 times 3q is 12q. 4 times 2 is 8. And now we simplify. Right, these two are like terms, and we can add them together. 4 lots of q plus 12 lots of q gives me 16 lots of q plus 8. So here's our answer. I just want to show you another method for doing this, and you're going to use a grid to do it. Using this grid uses the similar kinds of principles where we're multiplying every single term together. But what it looks like in practice, so let's just do it on this right-hand side here, is I take each of the terms, so 2q right in here. Then I've got the 4. So I'm putting each bracket next to each other. Next I've got 3q. Let's make that purple. And lastly, I've got the 2. And let's make the 2 blue. Lovely. Now I'm going to multiply all of these terms together and fill in this cross in the middle. So 2q times 3q, 6q squared. And we've got 12q. 2q times 2, 4q. 2 times 4 is 8. And now nicely, what do we do now? Well, we've got this nice cross in the middle. We plus them all together. 6q squared plus 12q plus 4q plus 8. Again, we can simplify this as we did above. 12 plus 4, 16q plus 8. And happily, we end up at the same answer. So that's the FOIL method and the grid method. Use whichever one feels better for you. In the previous example, we were expanding 2 brackets. In this example, we're going to be expanding 3 brackets. Now, immediately this could seem a little bit intimidating, but we're going to pretend, at least to begin with, that there are only 2 brackets. So we're going to start off by expanding these 2 brackets here. So we're going to use the FOIL method, and I'm going to just articulate rather than drawing it out. So 3m times m is 3m squared. 3m times 1 is 3m. Minus 2 times m is negative 2m. Negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Now is when I remember that there's a third bracket. I simplify the first bracket just so I don't have to multiply too many terms. Okay, and now I want to do FOIL again, going from the outside first, going in. So 3m squared times 2m is 6m cubed, right? And that's equal to 3m times m, that's 3m squared, times 2m. So 3 times 2 is 6, m times m times m is m cubed. So that's 3m squared times 2m. 3m squared times 3 is 9m squared. Now we've done this term, we move to this term. M times 2m, 2m squared. M times 3 is 3m. Last but not least, minus 2 times 2m minus 4m minus 2 times 3 is negative 6. So now I put it all together, looking for like terms. There's only one m cubed, but there are two m squared, so 9 plus 2 is 11 lots of m squared. 3m minus 4m is negative 1m. Minusing 6 by itself gives me the expansion 6m cubed plus 11m squared minus m minus 6.